Hey everybody, welcome back to Recall the Podcast. My name is Josh, and today we have Desolation on the channel.
What's
Hello
up?
everybody.
Oh boy. What's up?
If you wouldn't mind giving your name for me, please.
Yeah. Okay. I'm Naveen. I play drums.
I'm Jared. I play bass.
I'm Kevin. I do vocals.
I'm John. I play guitar.
I'm Connor, and I also play guitar.
All right. Connor, you are the one that I did not get to meet at Icons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Where were you?
I was in Cuba, which I currently still am. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been interesting down here.
Is the culture different at all? Like, do you feel like not at home over there, or?
No, I feel right at home. It's still on post, so it's like a little slice of America down here, honestly.
Oh, very cool, very cool.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and start jumping into it. And the first question I had written down was, how did you guys form the band? What is the origin story of Desolation?
Take it away, Connor.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So, I was on this app called Band Mix, I think it was, and I was looking for people to start a band with. And this is about like May, June of 2022. And I found Kevin on there. I hit up Kevin, and then me and Kevin started hanging out, jamming. And then I found Jared on Reddit, and then we found Naveen, and Kevin found Naveen, and then from there, I forget who found John, but John showed up like a year and a half later. Yeah.
Do you remember what was attractive about Kevin's profile on Bandmix to you? Like, what was his bio? I'm curious.
His bio. So on Bandmix, they don't let you have like your phone number in your bio because that like bypasses the whole purpose of like getting the premium subscription or whatever.
Yeah.
So Kevin had his phone number, but he had like stars in between. So Bandmix didn't like pick up that his phone number was in the bio. Yeah. So that's what initially was like attracted me to it, because I couldn't reach out to him if I didn't have the premium membership. But he thankfully had his number in there with the stars in between. So I was like, okay, I'll just hit this dude up. He lives in Jersey. Like, it's fine. Like, this will be great. Yeah, and it worked out.
I'm just more impressed you found somebody on Reddit and actually got in contact with them.
Oh my God. Yeah. 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 Thankfully, Jared only lives like 45 minutes from me. So it was easy.
Man, you got lucky then.
We got very lucky. Yeah.
It was crazy. I saw this post and it's like looking for a drummer, and I'm like, what about a bassist?
Yeah, he said, what about a bassist? I was like, yeah, I mean,
I guess we need one of those too.
we need one of those too. Yeah.
Is that fine?
No, it was just like a worldwide thing. It just said like Philadelphia. I'm like, wait, that's where I live.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that is where you guys are based out of, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I've noticed some of your links say Desolation PA. Is there a reason for that? Is that a part of the name? Is it just to like separate yourselves from other Desolation bands?
Yeah, it's mostly to like separate ourselves because there's a few other Desolations out there, but it's also just like where we're located. And like I think a lot of other bands do that, like Peacemaker, Florida.
Yeah.
They have like the FL in their
Not to lose.
tag. So
Okay.
it's just like, I feel like a lot of bands are like proud of where they come from. So they
And
put it in their handle.
Facebook wouldn't give us the name Desolation.
Yeah.
So on Facebook, that's why like the title says Desolation PA, because it wouldn't just give us Desolation.
Probably because somebody might have already had it.
Yeah, someone probably already has it.
Yeah. We are Desolation, though.
Yeah.
You are the
We got-
Desolation.
Gotta throw the PA in there.
Yeah. What does the local scene look like in PA right now?
It's pretty dope. I mean,
Yeah.
Is it busy? Like, is there a lot of like different genres? Is there shows going on?
Yeah, I mean, like you got like a bunch of different like sectors of PA. Like you got the central PA scene, which is pretty dope. A little more north than us, and then you got the Philly area, which Philly's more like more hardcore leaning, I'd say. But like hardcore scene Philly, obviously historic. Everyone, it's always popping there, you know. And but yeah, surprisingly, like central PA, like towards like Lancaster, Harrisburg, like Mechanicsburg, like out in those like some would call like boonies, because we're used to like being like close to the city. So like when you get out in like that like farm country, you'd be surprised like at how like active the scene is for like all sorts of like metal subgenres. Even in the local scene, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. So there's abundant shows at least.
Yeah.
You guys have been in Delaware doing a couple of shows. Are there other states that you're looking into getting shows at, or maybe you're just sticking local to like around you?
I mean, we're trying to play wherever we can, really. Like, we do a lot of shows in the tri-state area, but we're also looking to like expand and kind of like build a kind of a presence in other places as well. Like one place I'm like pretty interested in playing is New York, like the Brooklyn area.
Yeah, we haven't played New York.
Kind of like establish ourselves there, because you know it's always good to just kind of play out wherever you can and like expose yourself to new people whenever you can. So
I want to play in the South. Like I want to go to Florida. Like, that'd be sick. Yeah, because Florida deathcore scene's like insane right now. Florida,
Yeah, that's where what heavy hitters from Florida, right?
yeah,
Take it down.
yeah, we play with Heavy Hitter. We're playing with Peacemaker on this Tuesday,
There
which
you
I'm
go.
fucking super excited for.
Yeah, you got Body Snatcher,
So
obviously.
hopefully
Well,
they'll.
this
Florida.
will be released after that, so they may not. Our viewers may not understand that, but
Viewers get a time machine and then
yeah, you're gonna have to go backwards.
Our show.
I made that mistake in the last podcast, and me and my guitarist were talking up one of our releases, but it was released like a month before the show actually aired, so no one had any understanding. I had to go in and put like, it's already out now. Go check it out. So what got you guys into deathcore music in general as a whole?
Well, I think we kind of started out like with me and Connor. We were doing a lot more like covers and honestly kind of aiming more towards like being hardcore. And then just naturally when we started writing, especially with Jared, I think we just discovered like we just write deathcore. So why don't we just what comes naturally to us, which is just writing a little bit heavier, more like kind of techie stuff. So I think we just, once we realized that, we just full sent it towards that direction.
Yeah, we started out covering Knocked Loose, and now we're writing like it's like literally night and day difference from like what we started out doing versus like where we are now.
Very cool. Very cool. Let's go ahead and talk about the new singles that you just put out, Beg for Death and Abyss. What are they about? I guess would be the first question.
Yeah. So Beg for Death is definitely about wanting someone to experience the most like just gruesome amount of pain that you want to like relinquish upon someone. So
Right.
it's definitely torturing and hurting somebody for sure.
For legal reasons.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
And then Abyss, it's actually pretty much about the same thing as well. it's about just wanting to be, it's just about being brutal and just releasing that like hate and pain upon somebody.
What's going on through your head when you're writing songs like Beg for Death? Like what is your mind frame when writing that kind of lyrics?
Yeah, I mean, it's about I guess I like always like wrote poetry, so just like trying to like get out whatever's in there. And if it's that most extreme amount of like pain or hurt or type of hate, that you can kind of just go there and feel that, and it doesn't have to like really control you, and just to like let that out on paper and just kind of just dump it out, and then add it to the music and just make it as brutal as possible and just kind of go in that direction with it.
And I noticed Abyss had feature on it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Tyler from Last 10 and Promise Breaker as well. Yeah, he's pretty dope.
Shout out Tyler.
Yeah,
He's the
Yeah,
goat.
shout out everybody you can possibly shout out. Yeah. Who produced the singles "Beg for Death," "Abyss"?
Well, they're actually not singles. They're like part of our.
Well, I mean, they're
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I know them as. Yeah.
Yeah. They're like part of the upcoming album, and that was all done by Atrium Audio. So they
Atrium.
recorded. We went over there, and we recorded all of our stuff with them, and they did all the mixing and the mastering, and they also helped connect us with Tyler, and like
Very
help
cool.
us make a bunch of other decisions in regards to like the kind of songwriting, and like I don't know, they just help us out with everything really.
Yeah, shout out Grant and Carson for real.
yeah,
They're both
Very good.
fantastic.
yeah.
Great engineers, great dudes.
I watched a couple of your videos where you're like doing the takes in studio. How many takes did it take to get the parts down?
We pretty much all like had our shit like figured out before we went to the studio. We all like made it.
I don't know. I saw quite a few cuts in that video.
Now no one's perfect, but we all rehearsed quite a bit. Then when you're like any creative person, or especially music, can relate to this, is that you can have whatever you need to record down like the back of your hand when you're not recording. The second that red button starts glowing, it's
Yeah.
gone. Lose it.
Yeah.
You know. So, but yeah, we all went in, knowing all the material. It was such like a smooth process. Like we were banging out like two songs a day. We were there for like 12 days, and there was like about like two, sometimes a third song in a day. As far as like guitar and bass goes, and Kev was doing vocals at the same time. Then we punched the drums in. But real smooth process. And as far as the amount of takes, yes, quite a lot.
Yeah, but we're trying to get perfect takes so we can get like the cleanest final product.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we need to get like the cleanest takes. So it took a few takes sometimes to get it like the best we can play it. But for the most part, it was pretty smooth since we knew the songs going in.
Very cool. And the videos for Beg for Death has a video, and so does Departure. If that's, I think I'm correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Really great production on those.
Thank you.
Yeah, we got we shot the music videos. We have 2 music videos that we shot with Eric DiCarlo from Face Yourself. Another shout out there.
Square Up Studios.
Square Up Studios.
If you guys
Eric
need a
DiCarlo's the
sick ass
homie.
music video.
Okay.
He makes dope music videos.
If you
one
can
of the
send me links to some of these shout outs prior to its release, I'll put them in the description.
Sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was pretty dope. For the Beg shoot, we ended up just like going up to his place in New York and just like shooting in his basement essentially. And
Okay.
I feel
Okay.
that music video is probably like the best music video that we've done to date. And a lot of that is due to we had Joey Dvorak, friend of ours.
It's Dvorak. It's like
Dvorak.
it's
How you say it?
Dvorak.
Dvorak.
Yeah.
Fuck me. Yeah, but they helped us out with like a lot of the SFX, like blood and gore stuff. And then we had Jess, Ghosty Muffin on Instagram. She was the actress, and they both worked together and absolutely killed it and made that like video what it was. So super thankful to them.
Yeah, I was very impressed with them. It's very rare for bands like in our local level area to do that kind of production. It was very smooth. I noticed in Departure, Kevin was kind of smiling quite a lot, and I couldn't tell if it was because of nervous energy or if it was supposed to be there.
I think they're just bad takes. I think someone's standing behind the camera saying a funny joke, and I'm just like, somehow that made it in. So here we
Oh
are.
shit.
And who came up with the concepts of the videos?
Become
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
probably most of you, but like, I mean, we all like pretty much do everything together. So before we went into it, I mean, we were all talking in the group chat, like, yo, what if this, what if that, what if this, and just bouncing off each other and just like kind of running with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Kevin came up with the idea of like killing someone in the music video. So
I might have to bleep that out.
unaliving someone.
Unaliving.
Unaliving. Yeah, there we go. That'll
I
work.
think it's worse if you bleep it out.
I don't get in trouble if I bleep it out. Yeah.
I feel it.
How long do you think it takes for you to go from the concept in Kevin's head to like the final finished product of a music video and getting it as polished as you guys are?
Damn. I mean,
I
in
don't
the
know.
group chat, it's maybe like a day or two, but like in terms of doing like the actual shooting and everything, I mean, that's just pretty much another day as well. But just being able to get everybody together to accomplish like one task on one date, that's probably the most like challenging thing, like just being able to work with everybody and everyone's schedule.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
it's pretty quick.
We had like loose ideas like heading into it. But then when we were there, like there were a lot of times we were just talking to Eric. It was like, so it'd be cool if we did this. And we were just like,
Yeah.
yeah, that'd be cool if we did that. You know, still brainstorming like on the spot. And that's what I think makes like that video in particular. Then both the videos that we did with him so cool is that we were able to just like spontaneously have these cool little details here and there that really make it more like less like planned out and more so like it makes sense.
Spontaneous.
We were going with the flow, you know, so it all kind of makes sense.
Yeah, we didn't like prep that much going into the music video. We just, like John said, we had like rough ideas of what we wanted to do, and we had like the people that like they like brought supplies, and then when we got there, Eric was like, "So what do you guys want to do?" And we were just like, "Oh, we're thinking about this, and then we didn't really have any like solid plans, but everything just kind of like materialized, and we had everything that we needed, so it wasn't really an issue. Kind of like, you know. Doing what we wanted and getting that.
It sounds like that the music videos that y'all just did is very different from Departure. I feel like Departure was very like time oriented and like very scheduled.
Yeah. For the videos with Eric, it's mostly Eric that's like giving the creative direction and putting things together. Like we have like vague ideas of what we want and like sort of like what other videos we want it to sort of look like. And then he just tells us like what to do and like where to stand, what to film. And then he really put it all together since we're like, we just do the music and he's the video guy. So he did a great job with putting it together and making our vision a reality.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed them.
Eric's a great director, knows exactly what he needs, knows exactly what he wants. Efficient. We went in there. I mean, we obviously like had our time to like chill and like discuss like cool like ideas like what if we do this, what if we do this. But as far as like when it's time to like get to work, Eric's like real direct and real about it, and I think that shows in his work.
Very good. Walk me through a week or so of your band. Like, are we talking insane amounts of practice? Because I know Naveen, those drum skills, dude, absolutely crazy. Very good. Yeah, for real. So walk me through like what a week of your guys' band looks like.
Well, since we're all like in our 20s and like have jobs, it's hard to get together a lot to like practice or write. It used to be a lot easier like when we were in college, like before Connor graduated, we would like get together like a few times a week sometimes and like stay up until like 1 a.m. and like write stuff. But now that we all have jobs, it's sort of harder to do that. So we try to do like once a week, once every other week for practice when we can. And then after practice, we try to write as much as we can. But we write a lot of stuff like in my house since I have the recording stuff. So like when the guys aren't here, I try to write some stuff when I can, when I get ideas. I know John writes some stuff at home, and I know Naveen practices a lot with his
He has to. I mean,
Yeah,
dude,
so
those feet are fucking burning by the end of your set, dude. They gotta be.
My whole body is on fire. Like kind of in the beginning when we were still like figuring everything out, we were like meeting more often, like practicing more often, also because we had like time and didn't all have like jobs and stuff. But now that we're more comfortable with what we're playing and we like know our set pretty well, it's like easier for us to like bring the practices down to like once a week or every other week, because we like know the material so well, and it also gives us more time to like practice on our own and like spend time like writing music. But also we play a lot of shows. Like
I noticed.
we play so much. How many shows have we played this? Are we going to play this?
it's like 40,
Nah,
35.
35 shows this
around
year?
30, between 30 and 35 this year.
Yeah, that's like a show every other week, a little more than that.
Crazy.
Like a show,
Yeah.
like 0.7 shows.
Yeah,
every 2
shows are
weeks.
sort of like just a practice where you just run through the set. And sometimes when there's no people there, it's just like practice.
I've noticed on Naveen, your drum kit, it looks to be a MIDI kick, but the rest of it's a standard kit.
Yeah, it's everything. It's like all acoustic shells, but the bass drum I like modified. It has a mesh head and it has like the
I think
RT30K.
he's talking about the old when you used the pad.
Oh, are you talking about
maybe it
all
was
that
in
I
the
used?
videos. I don't really know.
Okay. In the earlier stages of this band, I used to use like a Roland's kick pad that they would use for like their electronic drums.
Yeah.
I forget what the model is, but like it was just essentially an electronic drum that I would use instead of a bass drum. And people always like they'd like come up to me after shows and be like, "Yo, nice baby kick," or like, "Is that a kick drum for ants?" Or like, what's up with that?
Like the reason that we use it is because like a lot of the times in these small venues, when people just use an acoustic kick, you just can't hear it over everything else. And even if they mic it, it's just you don't get that like clickiness and like that iceness that you really want in like extreme metal music, especially when he's doing like crazy heel toe stuff. And it's just like a wall of sound, a wall of low end. And we really want that like precise clicky kick drum sound. So instead of just triggering an acoustic bass drum, we use that pad. But now he uses like the acoustic drum. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. So I didn't like have any like triggers for acoustic drums, which is why I was like using the pad. But then eventually like I figured that using a mesh head on like an acoustic bass drum shell would let me play faster, which it does. So I just got like a mesh head, slapped it on my bass drum so it doesn't make any sound, put the trigger on there, and I've been using that instead of the electronic drum. So now I have a normal looking drum set, and nobody talks about how small my bass drum is.
How does that sound in your ears when you're playing? Because like with having that, it's just the one trigger in your ear, like in your headphones.
Yeah, I'm sure Jared would love to talk to you about our sound, our live rig. But essentially,
How much time do we have?
yeah, how much time do we have?
I mean, yeah, I'm all ears. We got time.
Yeah, so what I hear is I just hear click, some backing tracks, and my bass drum, and then I get like the rest of my drum set just kind of. I just hear that as like acoustic
It's loud.
because it's loud. But in ears, it's mostly for me just click and bass drum. But yeah, if you want to.
I'll just briefly talk about what it is. So yeah, so we have a in-ear monitor system. So when Naveen's plugged into it, he can hear his kick trigger, and then he also hears the click for whatever song we're doing, and then some of the backing tracks. And the rest of us, we have like a wireless transceivers that we like put in our pockets, and we get like whatever mix that we want. Like Kevin's mix, he hears a lot of himself so that he doesn't like overexert himself trying to scream over loud drums and guitar and stuff. And me, John, and Connor, we hear just like mostly click and backing tracks. So it's really useful to hear the metronome when trying to play like pretty precisely, especially like it also sort of adds to the experience that the audience hears, like when we all just come in at the same time without like a count in. So
Meshuggah moment.
Yeah.
The fucking best.
Yeah, so we've gotten a lot like tighter as a band once we've all had those in-ears. It used to be that Naveen just had headphones on and we would just follow Naveen, and that was good, but like once we all had the in-ears, it got a lot tighter as a band. And a lot of people would come up to us and be like, yo, you guys sound like a lot better than you did like 6 months ago. It's due to that, for sure.
Very cool. What are the future plans for Desolation as a band? We got thoughts for new singles? Well, I guess you mentioned an album already. We got more music videos coming out, or tour date shows?
Yeah, I mean, our next video is going to be it's a song called Desecration. It's off the upcoming album as well. And that was shot by Eric DiCarlo too. We went to a studio out in like New York City and shot that, had a bunch of light bars and stuff. But yeah, that's coming out on, is it the 27th or 28th of November? It's one of those 2 days. But yeah, it's coming out then. So that'll be another dope video for you guys to be able to all enjoy and everything. So yeah.
Yeah. And then album release December 10th.
Yeah.
We've got
Okay, this will be out before that date. So
okay, cool.
Perfect.
Yeah, album out December 10th. We got a lot of cool like visualizers and stuff that's going to be dropping on YouTube. We have like a studio playthrough of one of the songs on the album that's really cool that we shot at Nopro Studios. That turned out really cool. So we got a lot of like promotional content for this album release. So we're trying to do it right. Doing a lot of sponsored content, stuff like that. And
is it easy to get sponsored out there?
Well, it's just like
running ads
or like paying like promotional Instagram accounts to post your content, stuff like that. It's like the promo that like pretty much everyone's doing these days, you know?
Yeah. Speaking of the sponsorships, the one song Abyss is sponsored by Slam World, or is it just like an exclusive to that?
Yeah, it's a Slam Worldwide exclusive. So you gotta like get your slot, because I'm sure that they're posting like
they post like every day.
Post like 2 days. So it's like we were able to get. Abyss was actually supposed to be the third single. So Abyss was originally supposed to be the one that's going to come out in a couple weeks, but then we were like, we should get it on Slam Worldwide like sooner rather than later, and then luckily we were able to move up and get, like there was like a slot open and when we grabbed it. So
how does that work? The Slam World stuff.
Yeah, a few months ago when we released Withered, like I emailed them just to say like, hey, how do we get something on your YouTube channel? And he said like, they need like an exclusive video or visualizer or lyric video or something like that. So we decided not to do it for Withered, but then when it came to release these singles for the album, we decided that we wanted to do one of the songs with one of the bigger features. So this one's Tyler from Last 10 Seconds of Life. So so we emailed him about it, and he just gave us like what his rates were, and That's basically it. It's not like a huge
Gotcha.
story. It's just like us contacting him and him saying like, yeah, we got these dates open, and then just send him the video.
Very cool. I ask every band the same question. I've gotten a variety of different answers. In today's world of music, what is better, singles or albums?
Mhm.
There's different kind of ways you can answer it. I know my personal answer, but I know like
I've gotten a
right.
lot of different answers on
That was
this.
the right answer, but I know like my answer, you
I mean,
know.
we can all just go around and say each of our own answers.
Yeah, do it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna personally say an album. I still love that feeling of just playing track one and shooting through however long that album is and just not pressing the skip button at all. And when you find an album like that, for me, that's just like so pleasing to my musician brain.
Yeah.
And I just absolutely love it when someone gets so creative and adds all transitions and every song flows together. Like, I love being able to appease that. However, John's talking about the right answer, and it's definitely singles. Constantly pump out content and just being able to, just to pump algorithms and just being able to catch it while you're hot and to just keep shoving it down people's throats and just capitalizing on
it. Album for sure.
Yeah.
Like Kev said, nothing beats just like it's an experience. You know what I mean? Like you got playlists where you'll shuffle around, you'll listen to like all different bands, but there's nothing like when you got like when you find an album, and there's a bunch like it where you sit down, you listen to it for the first time. And I'm a person where if I'm checking out an album, first time gotta listen all the way through. It's like watching a movie for the first time. Yeah. You wouldn't skip around to different scenes in a movie.
True.
You know. So that's what the artist like intends. They want you to listen to the whole thing and experience it in that order. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, nothing beats that as far as just like me personally. Love having a good album, good concept. Yeah.
I think the way to make the best of both of those worlds is to just game it. So you have we have a 13 song album,
13 single.
Yeah. Dude, we released 12 as singles, and then we released the whole album
with the one final song.
People do that.
That's what I mean. Like that's like the algorithm, like meta for bands to do that. Like, it released 90% of the album and then release like the album with
release like the intro
songs.
Track and like the ambient shit is
like that happened recently, and I like saw like, oh, this band just released an album, and then there were like only 2 new songs, and like the rest were singles that they released over the past like 2 years, and it's sort of disappointing as a listener seeing that like, oh, an album, so many new songs, and then there's like no new songs.
But like this is what I mean, like that is like the right way, like that's like the in way to like do it now. So I mean like there's a reason like to that, but as far as like me personally and probably all of us like personally from like an experience like perspective, when like you think of like an album, you think of all this new stuff, whereas you're playing the algorithm game where you're getting the streams, like that's how you do it, you know. But like personally,
yeah. What's your take on
like new?
I was gonna say I definitely agree with Kevin. Like I'd rather just listen to an album like start to finish, and like what John said, like watching a movie. Like I have a list in my phone of like perfect albums, like no skip all the way through. Like I just love, like they said, experiencing an album for the first time. Like I think it's so dope.
Is our album on there?
It's not out yet. It's not out yet. I don't know.
Do you believe there's less fluff in the songs the way that we're doing it now? Or because like you're not really as much on a time frame for the song, so like each single can have a little bit more time and care into it?
All kind of depends on what you want to do. I mean, like for us, like our whole idea was that like, because we released Withered in February, and then there were like talks of whether or not Withered was going to be on the album. We decided it wasn't going to be album. It was best off just being a single. And then once we decided that, we were like, all right, our album rollout is going to be like really fast, just because with the amount of shows that we've been playing, and with all the like the new listeners that we've like gained this year, that we're like, our album rollout is going to be like quick, because this is what like people are waiting for, but paced in a way where like 2.5 weeks or so between each of these 3 singles that we're doing. I feel like we're trying to give them enough time to digest, while also like, boom, here's some more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like we paced it pretty well, faster than like a typical band we roll an album out. But like, I feel like for our circumstances, I feel like it works.
Yeah, we wanted to do a 2024 release for the album, and things kept getting like pushed back a little bit because of like videos and like lyric videos.
Mixes.
Yeah. So we decided to do it fast, and people like new music, so why not just release it sort of quickly?
Want.
Well, I've got a couple of fun questions here. If you guys don't mind, we're gonna move into it's just a few fun ones, just to kind of keep lighthearted and stuff like that. So, what genre of music do you regularly listen to that no one would expect you to be listening to?
Connor, do you want to go first?
I was gonna say I like love deathcore, like metal, everything, but pop punk is like above that.
Yeah.
I love pop punk more than anything else. Shout out Microwave, best band of all time. But yeah, pop punk is my number one genre, actually.
What about you, Naveen?
Ooh, I'm still thinking about it. I don't know.
You listen to dubstep anymore?
I listen to a lot of weird shit. I really like electronic music that you would find in like those like frag movies or like video game stuff. I like indie music. I like shoegaze. I like noise, just like crazy noise music.
Noise.
Yeah. I really I fuck with like Sun, just like drone doom type stuff. Primitive Man is like my favorite band.
Dragged into Sunlight.
Dragged into Sunlight is dope, but that's not like a crazy thing to listen to. I also like funk.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know. I listen to a bunch of weird stuff.
Jared? I mean, I listen to mostly metal stuff, but like I like when there's like other sort of genres infused into it. Like recently, I've been listening to some like hyper pop influenced metal, which is like an interesting combo that you wouldn't really expect. But there's some artists that do it really well. So yeah.
Damn, I'm like thinking about it, and I'm like, I think I'm just too much of a metalhead. Like, I just listen to metal. Like my go-to is just metalcore, deathcore. But like something that would be out there. I mean, like Movements is one of my favorite bands of all time, and that's more like I don't really know what you'd call that. It's just like sad,
sad pop punk.
Yeah, sad pop punk. I guess it's not really like
genre.
Midwest twang. It's not really acoustic.
No. It's like Midwest emo if it was metal.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, shout out Movements. I love Matt. I love was it Pat Wanda? Best lyricist ever.
I listen to a lot of Red Foo.
Who's Red Foo?
LMFAO, man. You can't go wrong with it. It's very,
Oh hell yeah! No, that music is like instinctually bopping.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and pretty much anything that's been turned any song that's been covered by like Pop Goes Pump or something like that. Like they all just sound really good, and you wouldn't expect to like some of the songs traditionally, but like when you put an electric guitar behind it or something like that, dude, very cool. Yeah. So, next fun question of the day. If Desolation could open for any band on the planet, who are you opening for?
Boys, bring out the bracelets.
This is going to be really funny.
I cannot see that at all. Disembodied.
Oh my god.
Disembodied Tyrant definitely released. Was it EP or is it an album? No,
No,
EP.
EPs definitely the two best EPs of the year. They're like, it's not really tech death. It's like deathcore.
I would say it's progressive, technical,
Orchestral.
symphonic deathcore. Yeah.
Jesus.
Well,
I would say Signs of the Swarm, personally.
I don't know.
Black and progressive symphonic like modern
Avant-garde.
deathcore. Dude, it's great. It's just the most
Yeah.
insane shit.
Shout out Blake Mullins. Please notice us.
Connor, I couldn't hear your answer when you were speaking.
I was gonna say
apologize.
Signs of the Swarm. I feel like Signs of the Swarm's like they've been killing it for the past couple of years. Like they're so goated. So
Yes.
obviously them for me.
Honestly, like
Or sure.
Chelsea Grin.
Yeah.
Obviously, like Chelsea Grin by art.
I thought you were gonna say microwave for a second, Connor.
Microwave. I'd open for Microwave in a heartbeat, dude.
But we've actually started covering Amongst the Low and Empty at our live shows, which is like Signs of the Swarm, crazy fast song. But it's been a lot of fun. And like we posted it and they reposted on their socials and we were like, oh my God.
Wow.
It would be cool to play with Boundaries with their boy Tim, who helped us
Dude.
with the first E EP.
Death is a little more like top 5 album this year for me. It's up there.
Nah, yeah.
A lot of good music that came out this year, and that Boundaries album's way up there, dude. Way up there.
Yeah, shout out Tim from Boundaries. He may or may not be on the album.
It's already announced.
Yeah, he's on. He's on like the last song that like is really really dope, and it's actually the only song that we have that has clean vocals in it. So yeah, that's in store.
Yeah, Desolation Cleans are coming.
Yeah.
All right.
Shout out Tim.
Any final words, thoughts, shout outs, mentions?
Shout out to you for having us on this podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks,
Thank you.
man.
Appreciate it.
Shout out to Connor. We miss him.
Yes, we love you.
Come
Yeah,
back.
I miss you guys too, man.
I just met you and I miss you, bro.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Nah, I'm itching to get back and get back to playing shows and hanging with the boys, and you know, it sucks like seeing your like best friends like living your dream, like playing shows or practicing, writing new music, and I'm just stuck here. Like, but yeah, no, I'm excited to get back.
Hell yeah. Soon.
I feel like once the holidays are over, it's gonna feel like nothing, and you're gonna be right
Yeah,
back.
bro.
Yeah.
Do we have any other shout outs?
Yeah, any final thoughts, words? Upcoming singles that you know of, or
I
the
mean,
December
just
one, right?
album 1210.
December 10th, 2024.
Listen to it. Look up all of our visualizers on YouTube. Just stream it.
And where
Shout
can
out-
people find you?
Pumpkin, please sponsor me.
Where can people find you?
Everywhere.
Yeah,
Anywhere, everywhere.
yeah.
Instagram, Desolation PA. Facebook, Desolation PA.
Oh, that's the name.
TikTok.
Desolation
You
PA.
guessed it. Spotify, it's just Desolation.
Yeah.
It might as
Yeah.
well just be a part of the name now, man. I mean,
I guess. It's roll off
alrighty.
Yeah.
Come again?
it doesn't roll off the tongue as nicely though. When you got the PA in there.
Desolation Pa.
Desolation
Yeah, I was
Desolation Pa.
literally about to say that, man.
Desolation Pa.
You're gonna end up with at least a handful of them that are like, "Who is Desolation Pa?" Alrighty then. Well, with that, we do this podcast once a month, and we release a music video every now and then. It's been kind of patchy since Justice has been in or out, but we'll get back in the swing of things. But until then, peace and love, y'all.
Thanks so much, Josh.
Yeah. Thanks for having
Thanks,
us.
Josh. Appreciate you, man.
Absolutely.